Now let's talk about the real role of AI in vibe coding and try to uncover how it actually works. Let's start with a simple question. When you type something like build a login API with JWT authentication, and a few seconds later you get a working backend function, what's really happening behind the scenes? Who is doing the work? And how does the AI know what to do next? That's where agentic AI comes in, the real engine behind vibe coding. Now it's time to understand what is agentic AI, or what is an AI agent. An AI agent is not just a model that predicts the next word. Unlike the simple AI chat window, it's a decision maker that can plan, act, and adapt. You can think of it like a junior developer who reads your instructions carefully, breaks them into smaller coding tasks, executes each one, tests the results, and asks itself, did I get it right? If not, it revises, just like a human would. So, when we say agentic AI, we mean AI systems that can take actions, observe outcomes, and improve through feedback. That's what gives vibe coding its rhythm. Now, let's talk about the end to end process, how vibe coding actually works behind the scenes. Imagine you open your AI powered IDE and say, let's say cursor or root code, and type this prompt, create a Flask API that store user feedback in a database and returns the list of feedback messages. Now, here's what happens step by step behind the scenes. Step 1, understanding your intent. The AI reads your prompt and interprets your intent. It identifies few things. For example, you want to use Flask, so it should generate Python code. You want to store data, so it will be needing a database. You want to retrieve data, so it needs get and post endpoints. So this step is powered by natural language understanding, the same technology that lets AI convert English into structured logic. Next step is planning the tasks. Next, the AI creates a small mental checklist. Its internal plan. It might look something like this. It sets up Flask app structure, connect to SQLite database, create feedback table, add post endpoint to store new feedback, add get endpoint to fetch feedback list, add basic error handling. This plan may or may not be shown to you, but it helps the agent stay organized and consistent. Now the agent starts acting. The step 3 is taking action. It begins writing the necessary code line by line, module by module, exactly as per the plan. So it creates app.py with Flask roots. It writes the database connection logic. It writes the error handling blocks. Then it pauses and thinks, does this fulfill the goal the user described? If yes, it moves to the next step. If not, it revises. Now, next step comes testing and validation. Here's where modern agents get really smart. They don't just write, they check their own work. The AI might run your code in a sandbox environment and test. Does the post request actually store data? Does the get endpoint return the expected result? Are there syntax errors or missing imports? And if something breaks, it corrects automatically. That's why it feels like you're working with a fast, tireless teammate. Next is optimization and reflection. Once everything works, the agent reflects again. Can I make this better? It might optimize your query, simplify the code blocks that it wrote, or even suggest improvements like consider using environment variables for database credentials. And this step is where learning and iteration happen. And it's exactly what makes vibe coding feel like a creative conversation. Now, the final step is delivering the output. Finally, the AI sends the completed code back to you in your ID. You can now review the logic, you can run it locally, or you can give another instruction like now add input validation and limit feedback length to 200 characters. The moment you do, the entire loop starts again. And that's the continuous rhythm of vibe coding. You describe, the AI builds, you shape, and it adapts. Now let's talk about some modern tools that make this possible. This process happens in tools you can use right now like Cursor IDE. It understands the context across files and explains the logic. Replit Agent, it can execute code, it can write tests, fix the issues automatically. So all of these agents mostly does everything for you, and you just need to review and take control of these tools and guide them how to write code, how to fix something. Then another one is RuCode, which is open source and integrates seamlessly into VS Code, letting you guide the process step by step. So these tools already blend reasoning, memory, and action, the three core abilities that make an AI truly agentic. So now let's bring it all together. Vibe coding works because AI agents don't just generate, they think and act. They follow a loop. They understand, then they plan, then act, then test, then reflect, then deliver. Behind every quick response is a chain of intelligent micro decisions that make the code work. And most importantly, you stay in control. You decide what's right, and the AI adapts around your vision. So, when we say AI isn't just helping us code, it's collaborating with us. This is exactly what we mean. Agentic AI transforms coding from a solo task into a partnership, a rhythm where logic, testing, and optimization all happen in harmony with your intent. This was all for this video. See you in the next one.